Hi, my name is Alexis Rodriguez, and this is my podcast. Today we're at the event Green and Shy, hosted by Tony P Productions, talking about legalization of cannabis in the state of Illinois and what that means for Chicago. Well, I am here with the infamous Tony P and Greg DeKalb. How are you gentlemen this evening?
Doing awesome. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. So we are at your event, Green and Shy. Can you tell us about it, what it is, how it came to be?
Yeah, so for the last 2.5 years, me and Greg have been doing a lot of events for general networking for people of all industries. And, we've been looking at different areas that are growing and that are very hot and, topical. And we knew that with the passing of the law of recreational cannabis use in the state of Illinois, we thought, we got to get in on this. We got to get in before January and really make a statement, have a nice big event to make a big splash, and then build more events off of that.
Absolutely, and it was a phenomenal event. Loved the speakers. How did you guys find those speakers?
Yeah, so we're actually very lucky. It was all through networking, go figure,
Yeah.
But one of our partners, Dan Garms, he knew Christian, who wrote the book Big Weed, and called him up, and we flew him in from Colorado, which was exciting. And then he also knew Jack, who works in the economics and finance industry of cannabis, and came in. And then one of our other partners, Fino Tequila, we started talking to them because they wanted to sponsor the event with their tequila, and just through conversation and talk to them about it, they just so happened to know Toy Hutchison, which was the state
It's a
senator
big connection,
that passed the bill. Yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
It's just all about networking.
With these great speakers, I felt like they all educated us on different aspects of what's coming up with this legalization. What were your guys' takeaways, or big takeaway from these talks?
Well, I think the big thing is that, it's a very competitive marketplace, but also the fact that, it's obviously been very big on the West Coast, but Chicago is the shining jewel of the Midwest. There's a lot of people here. It's a world-class cosmopolitan city, a very largely populated state. So, as Christian was saying, this is like the next place where the cannabis industry is making a big foothold, So we want to raise the awareness and be that networking event that people are going to flock to want to come get educated, to meet people, and just really learn how to get in the business and grow their business.
Now that cannabis will be legalized in Chicago or in the state of Illinois, and with networking events in Chicago being so alcohol focused, do you see networking events changing anytime to be going down the cannabis route?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, and I mean, obviously, we're going to support whatever the regulations allow us to do, and we that's first and what have you. But we're absolutely open to it. We got plans already for January to have a panel discussion and continue to bring this community together, and most importantly, educate the community and build a strong network and a strong fabric. And then January 22nd, we've already got our next Green and Shy event planned out at the Godfrey.
That's awesome.
Which we're very excited about. And if we continue to get turnouts like this and the enthusiasm carries over, which everybody's expecting it to, we're seeing expos, we're seeing conferences in the near future. Absolutely.
That's great.
Yeah.
So now how can people find out or keep up with all the Tony P production events?
A couple places. First, we got our website, greenandshy.com, so greeninchi.com. We have a Green and Shy Facebook page. We got the Tony P's Networking Events Facebook page, LinkedIn page, Instagram. We're going to be setting up Tony P Productions and more Green and Shy social media outlets very soon. So we got multiple ways for people to get a hold of us, but also we're going to make sure that the different websites and social media pages, they all point to each other.
Smart.
So it'll be easy for people to find us. and be able to cross-pollinate these events with each other.
Absolutely. So basically, if people are on social media, they'll be able to find you.
Yeah, and
If they can't find us, we're not doing our job.
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm a bit of a aggressive guerrilla marketer when it comes to email campaigns.
To put it mildly.
I love it.
So some people love it, some people hate it, but at the end of the day, the messaging gets out, and we fill the places up. People have a fun time. They learn a lot. They make new friends. They find new business partners. And the excitement just builds every time.
That's great. Well, we're very excited to see the next Green and Shy event, guys, and thank you so much for taking the time out of the busy event to chat with us.
And are you guys going to make it to the next show?
Absolutely, we'll be there.
All right, because you guys are a big hit tonight.
I know. We will have to be there.
All right.
If we're not, you heard them. You saw us on camera, right?
Yeah.
So. So I am here with Tria at the cannabis event this evening. And Tria, what brings you to this event tonight?
So my husband and I are cannabis users, but we literally have so many ideas for young married couples and new parents. We saw the event and said, you know what, why not? We need to go and network and kind of rub shoulders with people who are in the business and who are understanding and who are like what we are, So we're here.
Oh, that's so great. And so what was your biggest takeaway from the talks that they had this evening?
That it's at the beginning. It's in infancy. It's like we're at the beginning stages of something great that's going to be changing the world. It's already changing the world, but it's going to really be changing the world soon. So
absolutely. And you mentioned that you and your husband have some ideas about cannabis in Chicago. So can you give us one?
So one of them is still trying to think of a name, but it's centered around new mothers and motherhood and cannabis. So Mommies for Cannabis. New moms who have postpartum depression or going through the new stages of just figuring out motherhood, which is a big challenge. When you have those overwhelming moments, stay away from the opioids, stay away from the liquor, do something that I know for sure I've seen help people, that works.
Absolutely.
Something that it's taboo and it's bad now, but it isn't a bad thing, It's better than liquor.
Yeah,
healthier than liquor.
I agree, yeah. And what's the number one thing that you would say to new mothers that might be a little afraid of cannabis or think that it might be bad for them or the baby? What would be your biggest thing that you'd like to say to them?
Research it. Don't be afraid of it. It's okay. Just research it. I'm a big component of research. You don't have to take my word for it. Look it up, but understand that it isn't anything that you're doing to yourself that would harm your child or harm yourself. It helps.
Yeah, absolutely.
If children can take in cannabis and if you're helping with things like cancer and childhood cancer, then you're okay.
Yeah.
It's no worse than you drinking your wine.
Yes, I definitely have to agree with that. After it becomes legal on January 1st here in Chicago, what's the thing that you would like to see happen in the communities? I guess the number one thing you'd like to see with it being legalized here?
For everyone to kind of just take your time and embrace it. Just be open to the change. Try not to focus so much on fighting against what we assume is so negative. Just open it. Just embrace it and be open and, let's just make money. Let's just make money off of it.
Absolutely. I agree with you there. Great. Well, thank you so much for your time, Tria. We appreciate this, and best of luck to you and your husband.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be looking for Mommies with Cannabis soon.
Yeah, when that name comes up, I'll definitely hit you guys up.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much.
My name is Steve Outlaw. I work with John's Burn Company, and I've been a long time attendee to a lot of Tony Peace events, and I thought it's just kind of hitting my field, so I was really excited to get out here for this.
All right. Well, this is a different one. You're talking about cannabis.
Yes.
Coming legal January 1st here in Illinois. Out of the 3 talks that we had this evening, what was your biggest takeaway?
Wow, it's just what Christian said was it's just amazing that there's nothing really been happened yet, and it's about to explode in the excitement, and it's like there's so much opportunity in this field and we haven't even touched it yet in Illinois. So,
yeah,
we're excited.
like you said, we haven't had that iPhone moment yet for weed, right?
Yeah, exactly. That was my. It was amazing.
I know, great soundbite there. Yeah,
exactly.
It's a lot of good things to come. So speaking of, cannabis being legal, what do you think that's going to mean for Chicago coming up next year?
I mean, it's just exciting. I think it's like there's so many business opportunities. I think that's why all of us are here tonight. But I think it's a great experience to go through a new industry taking off in your area, in your back door.
Yeah, and I thought it was interesting. It seems like Chicago's the catalyst for the rest of the country, or Illinois, I should say, to take a look at what we're doing. Do you think that? What do you think of that? Do you think Illinois is really going to kind of help change the rest of the country, or do you think it's too soon to tell?
Well, I mean, it's really interesting. Christian's point on the bellwether, that Illinois is going to be a bellwether state, because when you think about it, it's like, we're all attacking Illinois as it's the biggest prize yet that's been with a lot of people practicing, but everybody's so ready for it, and it's kind of going to be amazing that first month what happens, and then more importantly what grows and what businesses grow out of it. I think there's so many opportunities for ancillary businesses in addition to actually cannabis companies.
Yeah, what an exciting time to be alive, right?
Exactly.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us tonight. We hope you enjoy the rest of the event.
Oh, it's great. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, well, I'm here with my next guests, Brooke and Laura from Prime My Body. How are you guys doing this evening?
Oh, doing great. Thank you, Alexis.
Awesome. Can you tell us what brought you guys here to the event tonight?
Cannabis.
Yeah?
And sharing the dream. Yes, this has been amazing.
That's so wonderful. Tell us about Prime My Body. What do you guys do? Where can we find it?
Yeah, so we're a network marketing company. We're one of the only ones that's going global with our products. We are expanding all over the world, and we're super excited to continue to share this product with people worldwide. It's incredibly helpful for health.
That's wonderful. And which product do you guys have here right now on the table?
So this is one of our tinctures. It's called Recept. This is an amazing product it's using sonicated nanotechnology, 7 terpenes. It has CBG and CBD. An amazing effect on helping our brains repair and helping us with our immune system and anti-inflammatory. Just highly recommended.
What sets it apart from all the other bazillion products out there is that we use what's called a nano-enhanced sonicated technology that puts it right into the bloodstream.
Oh, wow.
Instead of having a carrier oil and all these other things that the other products have that go through the digestive tract. This is super high absorption rate. It goes right to you, and you aren't wasting product. It's expensive to buy CBD oils, so you want to get the best bang for your buck.
Absolutely.
This is it.
That's fascinating. So how did you two get involved with this? How did this come to be?
A friend of mine asked me and told me more about it and what it was doing for people, and I'm a registered nurse, and I said, yes, this is a perfect thing that aligns with who I am.
Same thing with me. I'm in public health, and I work in the trauma field. So for me, it's a no-brainer that this is something that everybody needs to nourish their endocannabinoid system, to have great health, and especially for people that have experienced trauma, PTSD, that are dealing with issues and things. That's an incredible thing for them to be able to bring them down from that fight or flight.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And where can people find this? On your website?
On our website. So each of us has a website through the company Prime My Body.
Okay.
So my website is B as in boy, SCHWARZ.primemybody.com.
And mine is Laura Lindroth, LauraLindroth.primemybody.com. And purchase the products right online. And we would love for you guys to join our team.
Yeah.
Get into this business, share with people. It's not sales, it's sharing.
And how long have you two been involved with this business?
I've been with the company since June of 2017.
Okay.
And it has been an amazing way to earn extra income for my family.
Oh, wow.
And being here in Chicago, we've barely scratched the surface. And this is just a different distribution model, home-based business. And there's only so much I can do. I am looking for people who are interested in helping people and also that want to earn extra money. And it does do that if you choose to work the business.
Yeah. And how can people get in contact with you if they do want to get involved?
They can do it through the website. They can also, let's see, should we give out our phone number?
The digits.
Yeah, get the phone
We're
call
on
at 11 o'clock at
LinkedIn,
night.
Brooke Schwartz, Laura Lindroth,
Yeah.
LinkedIn, Facebook, all the social media. You can find us on Instagram.
I'm Nurse Brooke for Instagram, Nurse Brooke 1. So
Wonderful.
that's another way.
And I'll ask you guys one more question. What would you say to somebody who is a non-believer, somebody afraid, CBD, hemp, like that has this kind of old school mentality on it? What would you say to them?
I think this is the most nutritious thing you can put in your body. The fact that we have an endocannabinoid system, we make cannabinoids. I think that's a very powerful thing. This is why moms are fighting for their children. This is why people are fighting for their parents to be able to receive something natural to help them feel better and to function better. So we pass cannabinoids through our breast milk to our babies. That speaks volumes. We need this for our health and wellness.
Yeah.
And the endocannabinoid system used to be fed naturally because hemp would grow in our everyday world when it was illegal, when cannabis was when during Prohibition in the 1920s, cannabis was illegal, and all of a sudden it disappeared from our world. So we don't get it the way that we used to. It's part of the problem of all these things that are emerging and what we're seeing. And then the other thing is that Recept, our hemp oil, has 0 THC. THC is the psychoactive component of cannabis. It's not in there. So
Yeah.
you're not going to get high, you're only going to get healthy.
That's great. Well, thank you, ladies, so much for
Thank
sharing
you
this
so
with
much.
us.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of the event.
Great,
Awesome.
thanks.
I'm here with my next guest, Alton. How are you, Alton?
Hello, Alexis. I'm doing just fine. How are
So,
you?
I'm doing well, thank you. So tell us what brings you to this event tonight.
Well, Green and Shy is something that Chicago needs. Everyone is wondering what's going to happen come January 1st, but they don't know where to come as a source of information. So Green and Shy is the source for thought leadership. I mean, you saw it today. We had Toy Hutchinson, we had Jack and Chris and 2 other good cannabis guys, just really educating and interacting with the crowd, influencing the Chicago network. And I'm so glad to have Red Ivy Marketing here. I mean, someone needed to capture all the events that took place today.
Absolutely. I can't agree with you more. And out of those wonderful speakers that we had this evening, what was your biggest takeaway?
Well, it's becoming something that is more mainstream. That taboo, it's out the window. I mean, if you think about it, Toy talked about how she was on a panel with 4 other mothers with children, and it really wasn't about the politics behind it. It was about what's safe for the nation and the money behind it. Where is that money going to go? As well as the opportunities. And I think she did a really good job about really influencing what we should do and how people should get involved. Another great aspect, I like the fact that Christian mentioned stuff about relationships, because in essence, the networking events that we put together, that's what it's all about. It's about building relationships so people that know what you're doing can relate it to other people that might be a fit and help them out as well.
Absolutely. And given all of the information and education that we received here tonight, what would you say to somebody who's out there, maybe not in Illinois, but in a different state where it's not legal, who's still a naysayer about the cannabis movement?
Well, fortunately enough, next week, the whole nation is going to start talking about the legalization on a federal level, so it's going to be interesting. I think it's all about change. The naysayers, they just don't have enough information. And that's why Green and Shy is going to provide it to them, at least here in Illinois. But if you think about the context, the people in these states, they can benefit as well, because they're already saying that they're using Illinois as the model. We're doing such great things here that other people are going to follow suit. So if you want to take benefit of the market, you want to be one of the big leaders, learn what we're doing. At least in the Chicago market, I can't take credit for all of that.
Right.
There's so many things going on here, but it's going to happen in your market. And once it's federal, it's going to be no different than cigarettes and alcohol. So just think about that, because it's not just the cannabis, it's the marketing, it's the technology, it's the recruiters that hire people, it's the real estate as well as the lawyers and the CPA groups like our sponsors that we're here today.
Yeah.
So, it was great to be a part of this. It was great, and I can't wait to the next one as well.
It's an exciting time to be alive. I guess speaking of the federal government, I'll ask you this final question. With the election coming up next year, and some presidential candidates such as Joe Biden saying that he's not sure he would legalize it due to it being a gateway drug, then you have other candidates who are for it. Will that be the legalization of cannabis? Will that be something for you personally that is at the forefront of your mind when thinking about who you want to vote for the next president of the United States?
That's a good question, but reality is there's a lot of politics going on. Illinois as a state's still going to keep it legal.
That's
so
very
it's
true.
not going to change anything. On a federal level, let's face it, people have to get with the knowledge. If they made a good point tonight, if they can have it legal on a medical purpose, they shouldn't be able to say that it's not legal recreationally because there's no medical purpose.
Correct.
Toy touch stays on that. So I don't know how people can have medical licenses, but
yeah,
it's interesting.
It is. Well, thank you so much, Alton. We appreciate your time, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the event.
Thank you.
I'm here with my next guest, who goes by Moose. How are you this evening?
Oh, I'm doing really good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. So tell us, what brings you here tonight to this event?
Well, there's one of the sponsors here is Prime My Body. I think you interviewed them earlier. They hired me to be a corporate sponsor or a corporate trainer. And when I found out and really investigated what they're doing and the people involved and the products and the market, I got involved. So now I'm an affiliate with them as well.
And so can you tell us a little bit, I guess in your words, what Prime My Body, what the mission is for that company?
Well, so they've been around for, I think, about 4 years. They have some incredible products. They're pretty much the Rolls-Royce of the cannabis and hemp. They have oils. They have a product for your pet, which is going to be huge. Also, I use the muscle relaxer for my shoulder and my knees. But it's a cannabis-based hemp extract company that's got 4 or 5 really great products.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And so this evening, we're talking a lot about cannabis, a lot about the legalization coming up here in Chicago, January 1st. Out of our 3 wonderful speakers that we had this evening, what was your biggest takeaway from what they were saying?
Well, I thought they were all great. The gentleman that wrote the book, he's obviously done very well in the business. He's the guy that took a risk when nobody else was willing to.
Mm-hmm.
Now, come January, this is all being legalized in all 50 states for certain products. He was a pioneer, before. So he was very interesting. The other gentleman that I forget his name, but he was saying, look around, and the people in this room are very impressive, and they're all going to be doing really great things in cannabis. And then, of course, the senator, she's on a mission. I've seen her speak 2 or 3 times. She's on an absolute mission to really level the playing field, which I think is great.
No, absolutely. They all said very fascinating things, and I think my favorite one was we haven't even seen the iPhone moment yet
right,
with
exactly.
cannabis. Yeah, it's an exciting time.
Think about that.
Absolutely. So since you do also have a background in corporate training, and that's something that you do, when it is legal in Chicago on January 1st, how do you see that impacting corporate America in Chicago, or just businesses in general and the economy?
Well, I think the gentleman that wrote the book made a good point. I think he said it's a 4 to 5 to 1. So for every job directly in cannabis, there's going to be 4 or 5 jobs produced that are ancillary or associated. So I think it's going to be great for Chicago. I think I think the people here are ready for it, and we're a little bit tired of everybody telling us that you can't use these products, which are really good products for your health.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it's just going to explode, which is one of the reasons why I got involved with Prime My Body.
And so, but going back to Prime My Body, what is something that you are constantly telling people about the product, maybe to those who are a little bit unwary or kind of afraid?
Yeah. Well, I'm a little bit older than most people, so when you say cannabis, you think it's people smoking weed, but that's not what it is at all.
Right.
And I use the products, and I use the product. It makes me relax to go to bed. I wake up in the morning energized, and my joints don't hurt anymore, which is one of the benefits I didn't even realize. But hemp I did a lot of research before I started training them because I wanted to make sure there was synergy between them and what I do. And the people behind that particular company, it's literally the Rolls Royce of the oils and the cannabis. And the people behind it, the science behind it, they've done it right, and I'm very confident in what they're up to.
That's wonderful. So if people want to learn more or connect with you, where can they go?
Well, my program is called Find Your Focus, so I'm branding myself as Your Focus Guy. So if you go to www.yourfocusguy.com, that's about the corporate training. If you want to find out about the cannabis and the products, you go to www.moose, which is my last name, .primemybody.com.
That's an easy one to remember.
Yeah.
Well, great. Thanks so much, Moose. We really appreciate your time.
Okay,
this
thank you
evening.
very much.
Welcome, Inessa. How are you this evening?
I'm doing amazing. It's been a long day.
Yeah? What brought you here tonight?
Actually, a good friend of mine, she just invited me and she said it's a great event. You should come in because you're part of the industry. So it's like, you should check this out. In fact, I ended up being in Chicago today. So it's like, I should stop by.
Yeah. And you are from Lithuania, right?
That's right.
Great. And you have brought all the way from Lithuania your own product here. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, I'm happy to introduce. This is a CBD hemp product. What does that mean? We don't contain just a CBD in the product. We contain entire plants, and it's the first living hemp product on the market. What does that mean? Product is extremely safe. We don't contain any chemicals, any harsh chemicals, solvents, any of that. So, yeah, I can speak about my product days and hours.
I'm sure. Oh, what can somebody use it for?
Actually, we're not allowed to make claims or.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have a beautiful, beautiful testimonials every day. People saying how changing their lives. We have people who are using this product for 3-year-old autistic kids. We have people who improved in Parkinson's in 3 days of uses. But again, I'm just saying what
individual
I'm hearing.
experiences,
yes,
right?
exactly.
Testimonials.
So everyone is different. This specific product is actually. It goes in your body and finds imbalances. When it finds imbalance, makes it balance. So your imbalance is different than my imbalance.
Right.
So if you have a losing hair or whatever your problem is, right, whatever the issue you might face, so it's going to make it balance.
That's wonderful.
I know.
And where can people find this?
On my website.
On your website?
Yes. We have a couple stores in Chicago carry the product, and we're already working with Europe, setting up distributor centers in Europe as well.
Oh, wonderful. And can you tell everybody what your website name is?
Yes, nessashemp.com.
nessashemp.com.
That's right.
Well, great. Thank you so much, Inessa. We appreciate you chatting about your wonderful product. We can't wait to try it.
Thank you. Absolutely. God bless.